What's up, everyone, and welcome to JMD Puzzling. And I have some fun little extra puzzles for you. Okay, this is not a part of like the official puzzle series, but you know I've done this before with like if you look back, I think it was before the 10th puzzle, or maybe after the 10th puzzle, I can't remember. But I did the Thinking Man, okay? That was a 3D puzzle that I put together right here at the table. It took about 45 minutes or so for me to do it. And of course, that wasn't in video, but nevertheless. And I put it all together right here in the video, right here at the table. And so and that was a little extra. So this is what I'm going to do. The same thing. I'm going to do the same thing today. I have these little 3D Bricktanicals, Brickcraft puzzles. Okay, right here. My kids got me these. I don't even remember when. Honestly, it's been a while back. Maybe Christmas, maybe Father's Day. I don't remember, but they got me these, and so you have a base, all right, here where you can do in multiple different ways if you would like. Like there's multiple choices, 3 in 1, and then the flowers that can go inside of the vase or vase, whatever one you want to call it. I like saying vase. I think that's more astute. Vase. But yeah, so Brickcrafts is made by Brickcraft, or I guess Brickcraft, and it's Bricktanicals. So yeah, this is hydrangeas, and the flower vase. So we're gonna break them up in here and do them real quick. Put it all together for fun, as a little extra. I will probably next week or the week after, probably next week, start on the teapot. Yeah, teapot. We'll start on the teapot, and it's over there waiting for me to get started on it. But anyways, all right. Let's break it open and get to it. I haven't even opened these boxes, so I guess I'll just start with one and then the other. It's 70 pieces on the vase. 70 pieces. Lay it all out here. You've got the instruction book, manual here, that we will be referencing. And then our pieces, that's all of them. I'm going to lower this down so you can see me actually put it together. So I have the instructions here, pieces, all right, piece packs. This looks like the little leaf parts that go up the top or the bottom, or whatever, however you make it, create it. Yeah, like that. This is, I'm assuming, the base. Yeah, so according to these instructions, you start with the base right here. So, all right, that's where we're going to go, and we're just going to start doing this. The picture makes it look like it's silver, but it's white. It's definitely white. All right, we have our quarter pieces. Got 4 of those. All right. All right, so here we are. That took like 15 minutes. There we are with the vase, whichever one you would call. Really, really cool. The only thing that I kind of ran into for a second was this area down here. I had one of them that was not willing to seat with the other one, and it's because they weren't all the way shifted. There was one of them, the one right beside it, was a little bit off to one side, and they really have to, I mean, they're snug. They are very snug in there, so they have to be nice and tight, and then they went up perfectly fine. And as you saw, I had to make each piece, you know, one of them's a single, one of them's a double, one single, double, and they fit into these pieces here. Alternatives to this is instead of doing them all the same direction, every other one, you could flip it and do it in the opposite direction so that it gives this kind of variation. And then you could also do just kind of do without the top and put it together with the other wheel. They gave another wheel section, so you could like do without this whole top section and bring all of the bulbs in and put them together with the other this wheel, like putting it inside like this, and so that would create this like small upper hole like that. So either way, that's 3 different ways you could do it. I think I'm going to probably prefer it this way. I don't know. Depends. This is like a single rod, so that might be a little odd. It might actually would be better on the single, like the smaller section. And if so, then I might change it. But all right, that's done with that. So let's put that. And really the only variation there is just to remove all of these pieces that we put on the bulbs here, and just snapping them straight to this piece. So it's not that complicated at all. All right, even if we were to change it. So let's move this out of the way and get to the flowers. Boom. Open it up, bag, stick, instructions. All right, so this looks fairly, only 9 steps, so this should be fairly easy, even though it is 121 pieces. 70 pieces, 121. Okay, all right. So let's get started. Okay, one thing I did real quick was like go ahead and separate this out so that these are out of over to the side. Pulled out 3 of the these clip pieces, and then the rest of it is just here. 2 leaves are right here. Anyway, all right. So let's get on. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here's the flower. I have to make 24 of them. Woo! Okay, so as you see, I kind of sped run that by putting together the stems and then putting the flowers together and then putting them together. That seemed like, for me, the fastest way to accomplish that. So we are now, let's shift up. We're now going to start putting the flowers on the stems, following the directions. So there'll be 8 across here, and then another 8, and then another 8. Yeah, so let's clip. All right, so now we have all of them snapped in. The one interesting thing is that these sections can be twisted, or you can adjust them however. Whoops, the leaves are coming off. I'm gonna pop the leaves off for a second. They can be adjusted to like sit, and I think maybe I was supposed, yeah, I think I was supposed to do that to begin with. I didn't notice that I put them literally side by side, and I didn't shift them from each other. So we're going to spin this a little off, and same thing for the bottom one. My fault. I wasn't paying attention. All right, now every one of them should be kind of catty-cornered to each other. And should allow for them all to kind of just shift in between each other. There's one. All right, now got all that there. Let's put this back in, this back on top. All right, so now they should shift up and kind of all be or we can kind of place them all together there. Then these should shimmy up right in their place in between. And then the bottom row should shimmy up right in between all of those. Just like so. And then we have our leaves. And there you go. And you can kind of separate them. You can place them wherever you would like. If you want a little space between them, kind of make them more full looking. Maybe these sit almost straight out. And then these kind of fall in between that. Like so. Give these a little space. Yeah. And there you go. Woo. All right. What I did was on the step right here. Okay, on these right here. I didn't pay attention that I needed to stagger the layers so that your things kind of zigzag like that. They kind of stagger the different clips. I had them all lined up, and I didn't even pay attention. So that's what messed up, and I had to readjust and shift. I had to shift both the second and third layer to make it line up. So, anyways, but yeah, there we go. There is now. And we can go inside. See, that's the only issue with if I were to keep it like this. One thing I wouldn't have to do is shimmy that lower piece, which I guess I didn't do very well. Let me pull one of these smaller ones out so I can move that up. So that I have some space in this lower section here. See the black clip that's in the middle that's kind of holding that together? I need that to shimmy down. I need to move that down. I'm going to use the stick from the flower to do that. So that the flower can actually stick in that. Or at least I thought I could move it down. Maybe I can't. Okay, we got that all back together. I was able to shift this down so that now I can actually place this in the top of the hole so that it holds in place. All right. And then we can slide this back down in place like so, and then put the flowers back on top. So yeah, you can see it probably would suit me better since this is only one, because there are other options. Like there's a couple of other pieces that could go to this that you could wind up putting in to making it a more full arrangement. But now seeing as though that this is not really that full, it might be better for me to close this top up. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, so there. See how that works? So that now is the smaller bulb, or smaller vase. So now the flower, let's sit like this. Still kind of high. And actually, if I really wanted to make it smaller, I could, instead of using this long stick, I could use one of these smaller black ones and just press it in the top there. I believe that would fit. Yeah. So then it would be a little more to size appropriate. I think that would work very well, and it holds fairly decently. So there's different ways you can play around with it, make it yours, depending upon what you have. If I wind up getting the other versions and stuff, then maybe we can expand this back out. But yeah, there we have the finished product of the vase with the flowers, the hydrangeas. So yeah, there you go. That is, I'm gonna fill this out a little bit more by dropping them down some more. Try to give it a more full look. Have these bulbs a little lower. Make it a little more full looking. I think that could work. Maybe a little bit. Maybe pull some up and some down on the top here. Have them kind of caddied, even like from side to side, so they're not just all like parallel to each other or something. Some down, some up. Some up, some down. Yeah, there we go. And the leaves, you know, they can go however you want them. Have one, you know, they can be leaning down, leaning up. One can be up and down, whatever you want to do. Could be both up. There you go. So thank you very much for joining me for this little extra for fun. And hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to hold all these extra pieces in the box over here so that if I do wind up getting the other parts, then, you know, we can do a follow-up on this or something. And I can make it back into the full-size one and, you know, whatever, expand on it. But yeah, there you go. That is the Brickcraft Bricktanicals Vase and Hydrangea set. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, JMD Puzzling. Peace. I'm out.